Welcome to 2026, everybody. It has been a pretty crazy year for tower defense games throughout all of 2025, I have to say. I mean, dude, we had the anime Vanguard's anniversary, AWTD rose, it fell, and it's hopefully coming back. It's been in maintenance for like a week, so hopefully they're locking in and they're actually, getting that going. We had the release of anime Crusaders. I'm loving that game, by the way. I just got Dio Over Heaven today with Crusader. Beautiful, beautiful unit, dude. I'm so lucky. ASTDX came out, but that sucked major dong, dude. I'm not gonna lie. And we saw the rise of the boss's biggest game, the anime Last Stand, and then the immediate crash and burn of it. Not even 2 updates after, and it has been completely in the gutter. Gone for nearly over a month. It has been over a month since the last anime Last Stand update, and God, I hope it stays that way. To be honest, that game really needs some love put into it. That is not the boss's uncaring and untendering hand. Holy. But yeah, throughout this whole year, dude, these games were in their prime. They were cooking, dude. They were making it. Besides ASTDX. But there was mainly like one thing that I could notice with all of them that they all had in common. Absolutely horrid obtainments, dude. Some of them weren't as bad as a lot of them were, and they were kind of few and far between. But when they did come around, oh my God, they made the updates unbearably difficult. They made them boring. They just made them so repetitive, dude. It just made it feel like it wasn't worth putting 48 to 56 hours into a unit for no reason, bro. It was bad. I mean, anyway, so today, as the title suggests, I'm going to be listing the top 5 worst and most painful unit obtainments of 2025, on my opinion. This is from my experiences in getting the units, so if you guys have one that was really, really bad, and I just didn't play that update or whatever, I'm not going to include it. I know people are going to say Gilgamesh from ALS was really, really bad. I didn't play that update, so don't, if you're looking for that on this list, do not expect it. This is what I've been through, the torture that I've put myself through just to get these units, even before I started making YouTube content, just for fun. I'm like a little masochist, I guess, because I love doing it. But yeah, let's get right into it. So, number 5 is we're going to start off with a little bit of a hot one, Anime Rangers X. Now, this game was bad, bro. We know how bad it is now because the boss has been basically abandoning it, giving Raito Dev the reins to it, which we all know he sucks. He's a terrible developer. I already made my whole AFS video yapping about him. Y'all don't need to hear me say that again. But at some point, there was some enjoyment to it, Especially, like, right after the boss came to the game and he started really, like, putting effort into it. It was pretty fun. He brought it back, made it interesting, may have made it, like, super macro heavy, but it was still fun, Getting, like, those huge dopamine rushes with all the unique units and getting stuff like that. Excuse me. But once they threw out the DBZ update, man, did it go immediately down the drain. Oh my God, it was bad. Dude, before I get into, like, even really, like, talking this, I'm not going to blame any of the 3 to 4 devs that worked on these, like, updates for any of the boss's games and Anime Rangers X for this being bad. I'm not putting the blame on them. I just want to make this very clear because I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, dude, it's not just the boss working. He's got a whole team and everything. Dude, he gives them like a week to a couple days to make the updates that you see come out. That's why they come out so bad, okay? So I'm not putting any blames on the devs. They did their best, except for Raito Dev. Screw him. He sucks. He's just lazy. He doesn't even try. But the devs that did try, props to y'all. I'm sorry that y'all are under those terrible conditions, but I hope things get better for you. Anyway, getting right into it. So, the obtainment, right? A lot of people who got the units early didn't have to, like, constantly AFK for going through all the portals for all of the exact pities that you had to go for to get Gohan, get Omega, and stuff like that. But for me, oh, dude, I was the exception of it. Guess what? I had to go to pity every single time for every portal drop, especially, as I said, for Gohan. It was so boring and long, bro. Oh, my God. I mean, I was sleeping through most of it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know why I'm yawning already. But, yeah, I slept through most of it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But, dude, once you got Gohan, it just got even more boring because then you had to do an entire quest line to get Cell, which was just even more tedious and boring. And then you just needed him to start the first part of Gohan's questline, which was then you needed another 100 of the units from the updates that you also had to go to pity for. Like throw me a bone, dude. Dude, I don't know what is up with the boss in his games, but almost every time I play Anime Rangers X or Anime Last Stand or any of his games, dude, I have to go to pity for everything, dude. It's terrible. I don't know why I struggle so much with it. Oh, my God. And you know what made it even worse? After 3 days of grinding and nearly finishing Gohan's quest, guess what? For no reason at all, they completely reset the quest line, meaning that I had to do all of the damage that I had over again, the 500 million damage it was. I had to do the portals again. I had to sit and watch Cell explode and die 30 more times in a single run. Not really for a single run, but just in general. Why, bro? It was just aggravating because they did it like twice, bro. I went through the grind again after they reset it, and then they reset it again. Why, dude? I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It was terrible, terrible, terrible game design. It was so bad. It was so bad, bro. Oh my God, it wasn't even worth it either because I just quit. I didn't even go and get him. Turns out, wasn't even the best unit in the update. Guess who still was? Eto. Eto still stood at the top, bro, even after all that. Oh. All right, now, number 4. This is a more recent one. Doesn't really count for being in 2025, but it was like 2 or 3 days into 2026, so I'm still gonna count it, right? Kaido versus Luffy in Anime Crusaders, right? This was one of my most recent and most painful grinds I have ever done. Not because it took a long time. It only took 3 days. Dang, why am I yawning so much in this recording, dude? Every time I try to record, I'm always yawning, man. I don't understand it. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm still going to rank it. So, this obtainment was extremely personal. Mainly in the agony that it caused me, right? It was mainly because I wanted, now that I'm, doing YouTube a lot more, just hit 1K subs, huge W, but I'm kind of on a little bit of a timer. You know, I have to compete with all these other YouTubers that are putting out these content and these showcases, so I want to try and be there at the same time. Well, guess what? I was 2 days late to it because I not only am brand new to Anime Crusaders, but I didn't have any mythic units. I didn't have any evolved mythic units. Dude, I was going into the update with a Crusader Alucard, and that was it. That was all that I had. One Crusader Alucard, and I was begging that he would carry me through everything. Turns out the quest, 50 times you had to run this thing, bro. You had to run this thing 50 times, then 25 times on the regular Legends. No. 35 times with Luffy and Kaido, and then you had to run another 50 times on the Legend stage, bro. You had to run 50 Legend stage runs. And then you had to sacrifice 25 mythic units, bro. 25 mythic units. And going back to the Legend stages for a second, those 50 Legend stage runs I had to put on hold because I didn't have a strong hill unit. My Freerin wasn't strong enough, so I had to get Radiant on her, evolve her so that I could kill the heirs because Alucard doesn't get hill, hybrid until his, last upgrade, bro. And then it was the 5 evolved mythics. Why, bro? Why do you need 5 evolved mythics to sacrifice, bro? I know for older players that thing was easy, bro, and Nag Blocks and Heavy Ash and everybody else that's been playing the game since day one could get it through in 5 minutes. But dude, I had nothing. My box was bare, bro. Dude, I didn't have. It was like looking at a homeless person's wallet and seeing nothing but dust and bunnies in there, bro. It was terrible. God, dude, and then So bad it's making me yawn with anger. And then the 5k kills you have to get on every evolved unit. Why? Anime Crusaders. If you see this video, if any of the devs, testers, scripters, I don't care, remove the 5k kill limit that you need to evolve units. I hate it. It's so boring. Remove it from the game. It just wastes another hour of my time. Oh my god, bro. And, you know, overall, the attainment wasn't that bad, right? The only reason I'm even putting it on here was because someone in my chat told me that it only had a 24-hour time limit on it. That I had 24 hours since I obtained Kaido to finish his quest to get his Evo item. That was it. I don't know why I believe this or why I even took this into consideration for being something that someone so stupid who owned a game would think would be a good game mechanic, but I just wholeheartedly went with it. And dude, I rushed and pushed myself, and I macroed like I've never macroed before to try and get this quest done. And then, dude, I overslept. I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't make it to work that day because I was trying to get it done, bro. Eventually, I caved. I didn't get it done. Went to work, came home, and realized that was a lie. That there was no 24-hour time limit. I was just getting bullshitted. Sorry for my language, but I was just getting bullcrap. That was it. It was just a lie. For some reason, I just never decided to fact check it, but, you know, whatever. I finished it. I got Crusader on Kaido, 0.1% better than almost every other unit in the game besides Dio, so, you know. W for me. Still doesn't matter. I'm still the winner, okay? I still have Kaido! It still has it! Number 3. Godly Naruto and Anime Last Stand. Now, this is going to be a little bit of an odd one, a little bit of a throw-in. Most people would say, oh, why aren't you putting Simone? Well, Simone was pretty easy to get after they basically just power crept the entire game and every update before it in about a week. So that I'm not going to put that one at all. Godly Naruto, however, that one was killer for me because I actually spent time trying to get it before they power crept the game and made everything super duper 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 easy. Okay, so all right, let me just get into it. There's only one real unit since before the Halloween update that's still in the top 15, and that was dude, is this my 4th yawn this video? Dude, it's like 12 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock for me. I don't know why I'm still yawning. Anyway, Naruto was the only top 15 unit still standing, still being strong, still being used, top of the early unit meta. So I was like, dude, I still got to get this guy, bro. I mean, I'm being told by Nag Blocks that he's one of the best units in the game. I might as well just go for it, right? Well, turns out it's pretty hard getting a new unit when the only person and good unit you have is Godly Dio from 2024, who you didn't have the super duper crazy soul on to quadruple his damage. So yeah, I was hard stuck doing Naruto's super specific survival quest thing for that dumb little key that you have to get after like 15 to 20 runs on this stupid stage that you can't beat unless you don't use farms. Why? You take the main mechanic of the game that makes all of your expensive units even possible to be placed, and then you just remove it. And oh, you need a specific fire unit. Oh, dude, I just pulled something on my chin. Why am I yawning like this? This is like the 3rd yawn in 2 minutes. Anyway, so miracle-wise, it actually made me want to finish this quest line. The boss comes down and ruins his game. Thankfully, he did, because he drops the Godly Goro Extreme Boost, which carried me through that event so hard. Oh my god, it was beautiful. Okay, what is going on? Wake up. Anyway, my bad. Anyway. So, Garo Godly blitzes the entire quest, and the only thing really standing in my way at this point is the secret quest for Naruto, which was basically just get your HP down to 1 on this very specific survival super duper annoying God Boss Rush event, while also not dying, doing a bunch of other stuff to get Naruto up to a certain position after you use his active ability, or all kinds of mumbo jumbo bull crap. And then after that, you can pop it, and then you have to beat the stage without dying, and then you get the permanent buff for Naruto, right? Problem is, I didn't have Madoka or whatever the other units people were saying to use to get your HP down to 1. I didn't get any of those, bro. So I'm basically hard stuck trying to perfectly time placing a unit that will not instantly kill the enemies that are coming into the base, just so that I can have a chance at getting this Naruto obtainment, bro. Because it was so annoying. It was so viscerally annoying. There was no point to it, man. I don't know why they had to make it so annoying. Just make it so you just press a button or beat the boss, man. I don't know. But luckily, is there, dude? Do I have a brain tumor or something? What the fuck? Like, what is happening right now? Anyway, damn, my eyes are burning. Wow, oh my god. Anyway, so because of this, the Halloween update being around, I just lost track where I was. Kira allowed for me to easily just get my base HP down to 1. Pop his ability, brings it at 1. Pop Naruto's thing, easy deasy. Took about a week, though. It was about a week of painstakingly trying that one survival stage with no farms. That was what really actually, like, pissed me off beyond belief. I'm not gonna lie. When you're doing that manually and you can't even macro it, it sucks. And you gotta run it like 15 times or something. I hate the boss, bro. Anyway, number 2. Eizen from Anime World Tower Defense. Now, this is the contender for number 1 spot, but there's one a little bit worse than it, so I'm not even gonna, like, there's just, this one didn't make me quit. I actually went through and finished this one, so it's not my number 1 spot. If it made me quit, I would have put it number 1, but it didn't. This was a near 2-week-long grind, nearly rivaling the obtainment I did for Dio Over Heaven back in 2024, which took me like almost a month. Excuse me. Because that Dio Over Heaven quest was actual visceral. One of the worst attainments of all time. Anyway, this was bad because it took weeks of nonstop playing to fully craft this unit. It wasn't even an evolve, it was just straight crafting the unit. I'm talking that you needed 3 units to even start the grind that you had to first obtain, then evolve, then farm trillions of damage on them, which took multiple days to do because you had to go to so many different spots, so many different events to grind up stuff for them. And then when you finally run out of materials to craft the stuff for them, you then have to go back and deal damage with them. I had to up my damage farm team multiple times, which took me to get even more obscure units and level other units up. Oh my god, it just kept feeding. It was like the Ouroboros just always coming back to the same point, bro. I mean, dude, it was sucking harder than a prostitute in Irania could because of how low the drop amounts were per stage for the dang items, dude. Like, dude, when it came to getting the little concubine cube or whatever it's called, I don't even know what it is, dude. Like the little Hokyoku cube or whatever, that thing took like 200 materials from like these super low drop stages, bro. Oh my god. Oh, dude, it just took forever, bro. It was. Then even after getting him right, it just took so much currency to upgrade him, bro. That you'd probably see 3 generations of your family pass before you even get enough yen to upgrade this dude in a match. He took like 7 million yen or something like that to evolve, to like fully upgrade him, go through all of his transformations in the match, use his abilities and everything, bro. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. I mean, dude, he's still top 2 dark units in the game, if not top 1, but oh my god, bro. This makes me tired just thinking of it. It shouldn't take 2 weeks to get a single unit, bro. It shouldn't. There's no tower defense game where I should be able to pass through multiple updates before I can even fully obtain a unit, bro. It just shouldn't. And for you hardcore AWTD players, bro, props to y'all who can get these units in the first 5 minutes the updates dropping because you already pre-farmed damage on every unit in the game, evolved every unit in the game, have the best damage farm team. I mean, dude, props to you guys, bro, for keeping that game going. My god, I wish I could have that much time on my hands, bro. But we're finally coming up on the number 1 worst spot of all time. Number 1, Vanguard Sung Jin Woo, Anime Vanguards. This dude genuinely made me quit the game for nearly 8 months. I did not touch this update. Like, since it came out, I played it. I'm gonna get into it. The second his Evo dropped, I dove into it like Scrooge McDuck diving into a golden statue of Bella Ramsey's sweet anal cavity. And boy, oh boy, did I get hit with culture shock. Because not only was the dungeon confusing, like, to get through, but it was harder than a Saiyan is on that Broly boost, bro. If y'all know, bro. If y'all know. Them ant enemies were not messing around, bro. You needed Monarch units to even contend with them. You had to run around and you had to close their stupid little, like, portals coming through, which isn't even a fun mechanic, bro. That's not a fun mechanic at all, dude. You're literally mindlessly running around going at these little PNGs that pop up of an ant's face that you just want to punch and bang with your screen, bro. Just fisting your monitor over and over and over and over again, trying to beat them hives, bro. God, and I didn't have a single Monarch unit at this point, bro. I had Evo Sung Jin Woo. I had Evo, the Knight dude, Red Knight. I forget his name. Whatever, you know? And even when I did have a party of people, they either left or they just weren't strong enough, dude. It was just terrible. It didn't matter. And then eventually, when we got a carry, right? And then we got the few runs it needed to get the pity for the key to start the Evo, dude. That's when it gets bad, because you had to do the dungeon 50 times. 50. It took like 8 to 10 minutes per run. There's no 2 times or 3 times speed in this game. It's basic slow speed. Bro, are you insane? It took like 10 hours just to even get 50 runs in, and I didn't even do them, bro. Then you had to go and throw 30 mythic units away, and I had like 6 in my inventory this time, bro. I had like 6. And then you have to summon the 5,000 shadows with Jinru. Like, what are we doing, dude? It's like a homeless man shot me up with ketamine and told me I had to go up on a quest to hell in order to save his wizard brother. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, genuinely, what is this quest? Why? Like, mind you, I didn't have Monarch on my Jinwu at this time. I had a dead eye on this dude, and I had no motivation to even evolve him at the time, bro. And I know, some people, Deadeye's better. I don't care. If I couldn't see the 1 million damage that all the YouTubers were getting on him, I didn't care. There was nothing worth my time at that point in suffering and edging, and I just wanted to play Marvel Rivals instead, bro. Literally anything else. It just wasn't worth it, bro. There were better tower defense games out at the time, more fun things to play. It hurts my head just thinking about it, bro. Genuinely. And he's not even close to the meta anymore, bro. He's like at the very bottom of the barrel, bro. He got replaced by battle pass units. So, yeah, that's the Jinwu Obtainment. It sucks. But overall, guys, that's the video, man. Top 5 worst obtainments in 2025. Had a bunch of fun stuff this year. I do have to say we had a bunch of fun obtainments, bunch of fun units, bunch of cool stuff to come out this year. But Jesus, dude, this is why HW goes bald in every single video he's in, man. I swear to God, this has to be why.